Right now, in most backyards, there are at least 5 plants growing that people spend money and effort trying to kill. And every one of them has a long history of traditional herbal use. You don't need a garden or a health food store. You need to know what you're already stepping over. Before we get into it, foraging comes with real responsibility. Never harvest from a lawn that's been treated with pesticides or herbicides, avoid areas near roadsides where runoff collects, and always be 100% certain of a plant's identification before using it. Some of these have lookalikes that aren't safe. If you're ever unsure, don't guess. Dandelion. Dandelion might be the most disrespected plant in the entire yard, but almost every part of it has a traditional use. The root is the most well-known, traditionally used to support liver function and digestion, often prepared as a roasted root tea that even resembles coffee in flavor and color. The leaves are nutritionally dense, rich in potassium, vitamin K, and vitamin A, and have traditionally been used as a mild diuretic, which is part of why dandelion has long been included in traditional detox and cleansing tonics. Even the flowers get used, most commonly infused into oil for topical skin preparations. Almost no other backyard plant offers this much traditional use from root to flower. Plantain, the leafy weed, not the fruit, is often called nature's first aid plant, and it's one of the easiest to actually use on the spot. When crushed or chewed, plantain leaf releases compounds that have traditionally been applied directly to insect bites, minor scrapes, and skin irritation to soothe the area. This is one of the most beginner-friendly plants on this list because it's genuinely simple to identify. Low-growing, ribbed leaves, and it shows up almost everywhere, including sidewalk cracks and lawns. Beyond topical use, plantain leaf has also traditionally been made into tea, with some use historically tied to mild respiratory and digestive support, though the topical first aid use is by far its most well-known application. Stinging nettle. Yes, the same plant that stings you is one of the most nutrient-dense herbs in this entire list. The sting actually disappears once the leaf is dried or cooked. Nettle leaf is unusually rich in minerals, particularly iron, calcium, and magnesium, which is why it's traditionally used as a general daily tonic rather than a targeted remedy. There's also long-standing traditional use of nettle around seasonal allergies, tied to some interest in its mild antihistamine-like activity. Still an area of ongoing research, but well established in traditional practice. Because of its gentle, nutrient-based profile, nettle is one of the few plants on this list well-suited to regular daily use, not just occasional use. Clover, especially red clover, is easy to overlook because it's everywhere, but it has a long traditional history, particularly around women's health. Red clover contains isoflavones, plant compounds structurally similar to estrogen, which is part of why it's traditionally been included in tonics aimed at hormonal balance, especially during menopause. Clover has also historically been used as a general blood-purifying herb in traditional practice, an older term that roughly translates to supporting the body's natural detoxification processes, often paired with other herbs like dandelion for this purpose. Both red and white clover flowers can be steeped into a mild, slightly sweet tea, making this one of the easier backyard herbs to actually enjoy drinking. Mullein. Mullein rounds out this list as the tallest, hardest-to-miss plant here, often growing several feet tall with distinctive fuzzy soft leaves. Herbalists have used mullein leaf for centuries specifically for lung support, largely due to its mucilage content, a gel-like compound that soothes irritated throat and bronchial tissue. It's traditionally brewed as a tea for lingering coughs, and historically the leaves were also used in steam inhalations, though tea remains the simplest way to use it. 5 plants, all of them probably growing within a few feet of your front door right now. If you want to follow up on how to safely identify these, including the lookalikes to watch out for, let me know in the comments, because that's honestly the most important part of getting started with foraging.